The number one for me, for sure, though, is guys, welcome. I hope that you're doing good. I hope that you guys have had a good week and that you have a good weekend. I don't have a whole lot for you today. I am sick. I've got some upper respiratory crud, and basically I just wanted to share with you my favorites for when I get sick, or what I keep in my little illness arsenal during the cold and flu season to try to help me get past it quicker and help with the symptoms. As you know, when we're sick, when we live in chronic illness and chronic pain, that, you know, the symptoms are 10 times harder. It's that much harder on us. So anything that we can find that is helpful it is for me anyway, is so appreciated. So yeah, the number one for me, for sure, though, is always fluids, rest, and time. I've literally been in bed the past probably week. I have not been able to keep my eyes open. I'm blessed in that sense. My kids are older, and so, as you know, my husband helps, and I obviously have to take them to school and things like that. But yeah, for the most part, I've been resting, and I try to keep myself quarantined in my room anyway, so that I don't spread it to everybody else. But anyway, rest, fluids, and time is always the most helpful thing. So these are in no particular order. These are just things that have helped me and do help me, and that I use on a continuous basis, that I restock. The first one is Elderberry. I love Elderberry. Just love this particular brand because it is easy to get. You can get it at Walgreens, Walmart, health food stores. It's a good, reliable brand. This is sugar-free, which is great for those of us that, you know, are trying to not eat sugar. So that, and you can also, so you can get it in the syrup form, you can get it in lozenge form. I actually bought this because it has the zinc and the vitamin C in it. I'm not quite sure, it's not going to focus for me, but I'm not quite sure if it's the elderberry or you know, I don't know that I saw a lot of benefit with the added zinc and the vitamin C. I'll just say that it's the elderberry for me that does it. So, but what I love about that brand too is that they come in gummies, and that's been helpful for my kids, especially when they were little and they didn't want to take the syrup. So elderberry, it will not only it clears up symptoms faster, it can help prevent the symptoms in the first place, and it's great to take. Like, it shortens the duration and all of those things, but it's good to help prevent. It helps to help with your immunity, your immune system, to prevent in the first place. So elderberry for sure. Oregano is another one, and I take it in nasal form. This is just a brand that I got at the health food store. I'm sure there are many others. I use this as a nasal wash to keep my nasal my nasal passages clear, so I could keep it blown out and I don't you know, get the accumulation and end up with sinus infection or something like that. But it is known for its antiviral, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties. It contains several potentially healing compounds. It's been used traditionally been used for years for respiratory health, and it's become a popular alternative remedy for cold and flu season symptoms. But I love oregano. This works for sure. You know, I don't like to use like the nasal, like, I'm trying to think of whatever Nasacort, I think, of whatever, I don't know the name brands, but I try to use this instead. You can get that rebound effect with those decongestants that you use as a nasal spray, and this I find is just as effective, and you don't get that sort of rebound effect that I'm talking about. I like this a lot. Excuse me, I'm trying to keep this as quick as possible so I'm not hacking into the camera. Vitamin D3. So because vitamin D3 plays such an essential role in immune health, and we're not getting as much of it in the cold or in the winter months, in the fall and winter months, low levels of it can decrease our immunities, and therefore increase our susceptibility to colds and flus and things like that. So this helps boost the immune system, and it helps stimulate naturally occurring antimicrobial peptides and protecting the body by destroying invading microbes. So supplementing is really important for immune health, and really throughout the entire year. I actually take it throughout the entire year, but especially during these months, I'll take it every day. Because that's when our levels are at their lowest. So yeah, I use the vitamin D3. That D3, that's important, that form. And it comes in drops. It comes in different forms. I like this one, the 5,000 I use. So I take that. Vitamin B is something that I take every day anyway. I have a particular brand that I use because I have the MTHFR genetic defects. So I'm going to link it below. I love this brand, but it's also important for the immune system. And so that's why I ran out. I've been using it every day. And so I keep that on hand. That is helpful. Vitamin C. So like maybe saying Vicam and things like that. Or no, it was in the elderberry. Like, so vitamin C, I try to just get that in natural form, like orange juice and things like that. So, but it is an immune booster, and I try to eat more things like I said, orange juice, broccoli, strawberries, things like that. But if I'm not, then I try to get it in forms like this. So, or the Zicam. I think Zicam has vitamin C, hopefully. I know it has zinc, but anyway, sorry. I use, it's in different, my vitamin, I'm also out of my multivitamin that I use. I'll link that below too, because I get one that does, I ordered it off Amazon, or my doctor's office sells it as well. So, excuse me. Vitamin E, also in the multivitamin. Zinc, as you know, Zicam, can shorten duration. Some research says, sort of iffy there. Omegas, so I take omegas again year round, but they are important to boost your immunity. This brand is my favorite. It doesn't have sugar in it, and it lasts forever, and my kids love the taste of it, so it's not hard to get them to take it too. But this, I will take it every day, every single day while I'm sick, and because omegas do boost your immune system. Sovereign Silver, I know that this is sort of controversial. I don't take this year round. I take it if I need to. It's definitely controversial, but it can, or some people do believe that it acts as a catalyst to disable the enzyme system of bacteria, fungi, and viruses. So therefore acting as like a natural antifungal, antibacterial, a natural antibiotic. So I keep this, in stock just in case. I wouldn't say that I use it on a regular daily basis or anything like that, but I do have it just in case, because just in case. I take a of course my multivitamin, but I add in this super green formula for when I'm sick, because I most definitely do not get my greens in when I am sick. So I take this. We all know the benefits of greens. I've talked a lot about how much I love essential oils. This is my favorite. This, and I have one called, once again, I'm out. It's called Breathe Ease. Sorry, that is not smoke. That is my diffuser. This is my favorite diffuser. I love it because actually it connects to Wi-Fi, which is pretty cool, but I haven't figured that part out. Anyway, you can change the colors on it, and I love it because it has a really big reservoir, so you can put a lot of water in it, and I'll use it. I keep it going all the time. I diffuse this in the daytime, when we're all out in the main areas of the house, and then at nighttime while I'm sleeping. And immune strength, this is my favorite blend for when I'm sick. And then of course the Breathe Ease I'm out of. It should be here any day. But this has clove bud, cinnamon, lemon or orange, oregano, mandarin, thyme, rosemary, nutmeg, ginger root, and eucalyptus. So but it's good. It helps. It really does help a lot. So Love that. And then, so I wanted just to mention a couple obviously Lysol. We keep everything sprayed down in Clorox wipes. I have a Lysol for my purse that I keep, you know, when I go anywhere to spray things down. And then, of course, antibacterial gel. I use these throat lozenges. I like these. It helps me with my throat. Sudafed. If you can't take that for high blood pressure, you know, there's different forms. That's just the type that I use. I use that because, like I mentioned with the oregano, to keep the sinuses flowing, to keep me able to blow it all out. You know, that way I don't get a sinus infection or something like that. So this helps with that. And then Mucinex is something, since I've got the upper respiratory stuff, guaifenesin is something, it's really important not to turn the cough off. So anything you see with DM in it, dextromethorphan, is not good when you've got a lot of congestion, when you need to, unfortunately, I know it's not fun, but it's better to cough it up and get that out so that it doesn't settle in your lungs, causing, you know, bronchitis, pneumonia, things like that. So guaifenesin is your friend when you have a cold or a virus, you know, infection, whatever. Excuse me. To keep that cough going. The only time that I take anything with DM in it is at bedtime so I can sleep. So example, NyQuil. So just be mind, you know, I just wanted to share that little tidbit from back in my nursing days, the dextromethorphan, just so that you can get sleep. But otherwise I keep my cough going and I try to keep those secretions out and going. So anyway, yeah, water, of course, water. I make myself drink lots of water. Lots of rest as much as possible. I know it's hard when you're a mama, when you're busy, when you're working. It's hard to get that rest in, but it's so important when you're sick. So also my headache hat that I've talked about, I love that thing. When I'm sick, I get worse. My head is worse. So it causes high pressure. Obviously the congestion, the high pressure, but sometimes I will get recurring high pressure days, like the intracranial hypertension type pressure, and and migraines, and that ultimately triggers a migraine. So the headache hat is I use. I'm pointing at my freezer. Anyway, I use my heating pack too, was another thing I wanted to mention that feels good on my sinuses. So anyway, you guys, thank you for being here. I hope that you guys do not get sick this cold and flu season. If you do, or if you have favorites that you use, or something that you know that you swear by that helps you, would you mind dropping it below? That would really help. Maybe help me, maybe help others. Need as many suggestions as we can get. And so also, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, that helps not only me, but it can help awareness out. The more likes that you can get, the further I believe the video goes. So that's what I mean, is it helps me out in trying to reach more people that are maybe in the rare community or trying to find answers, and you know, to maybe help give them support. So that's what I mean by that. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload again. I hope you guys have a good weekend and stay well. Bye, friends.